New Orleans, what kind of knows a rough game for you guys there? What you like the city, the French Quarter? Tell me a little bit about
it's
that
gonna be
part
fun.
of it.
It's gonna be a lot different. You know, it was my freshman year the last time I was there, and my role on the team wasn't as big as it is, this year. Obviously, but I feel like guys' heads on right. From the team that I was on in 07, honestly, I wasn't into it just because I wasn't playing, so it was kind of a free trip to have fun. But I think guys this year are really just taking it seriously. And people talk about how we haven't fared well against the SEC. Well, that's true. I feel like this year guys are heads on straight, and we kind of take that to heart. That guys think that we can't play, so we get out there on January 4th. We're going to show them that we can.
Brian, the past couple bowls, Texas and Oregon faced some great offenses, but this defense has done pretty well against those offenses. What do you see from Coach Haycock and Coach Fickle and the staff in this bowl preparation period? You're getting ready for another great offense. How do they sort of approach it when you have this extra time? How do you go about trying to figure out stopping some of these great offenses you faced in these bowl games?
Well, what we do is we focus on what we do, because we know if we do what we do, we'll be great. We'll be great at it. We can't focus on, well, this guy's going to throw the ball, he's great. Then we don't tend to play like ourselves, but we get back to the basics, do the things that we do. And going into this game, we just talk about playing fast. They're, like I said, athletic, fast offense. The quarterback's not a guy who's going to run the ball, so that kind of helps. Unlike we played Michigan a couple weeks ago. So we just focus on playing fast and playing physical.
It looks like they have some big guys up front. They'll run the ball a little bit too. Is anything at all similar to Wisconsin at all? What they do?
I kind of thought about it because it's a pro-style offense they run, but it kind of reminds me of Wisconsin. Their line, I think, maybe is more athletic at Arkansas. Those guys, I was looking at film the first time, and I was like, man, they can really run for being 6'6", 6'7" guys. But the running backs remind me of Wisconsin. That how big the guys, 6'1", 248, 6'1", 220. So they got a bunch of big guys, but they're not guys that I don't think that's as physical as Wisconsin's running backs. That's probably what set them apart.
Whether it was the Texas game or the Oregon game, have you been happy with how the defense has played in bowl games in your time here?
Most definitely. I would say maybe outside of my freshman year playing against LSU. But playing against Texas, that game came down to the wire. It was just defense played great, lights out. And then talk about Oregon last year game, I had an opportunity to start, and it was great. I feel like that's probably our best defensive performance I've seen in a long time. Compared to they hyped Oregon's offense up. Those guys were putting up numbers, and going into the game, it's kind of like, well, who do you stop? The quarterback, the running back, the receivers. But I feel like we played great, and I feel like if we continue to believe in that, take a little motivation from that game and go into this game, we'll be all right.
Brian, you talked a little bit earlier about the fun of a bowl trip, and when you went before, it was fun. Now that you're a starter, can starters have fun on bowl trips anymore, or is it all work? We got to be businesslike. It used to be back in the day it was a reward, and you were allowed to have some fun. Can you have fun now, or
you can have fun, but you got to keep in mind, what you're there for. I got to know that, my fun is not going to be the same fun that you have a redshirt freshman on a trip, guys not playing. So I know I'm going to be on the trip. I'm going to have fun. It's my last year, last bowl game, last time out with the guys. I'm having fun, but at the same time, you got to keep in mind that in a couple of days, I'm going to be starting the bowl game, and some guys, on the trip are going to be there cheering you on. Their job is just as important, but you're going to be on the field and have to be in the right shape and have the right mindset.
As a captain, how do you keep guys in the right? You got to keep them right on the line. I know they want to go to the French Quarter, they want to experience it, but you got to keep them in the right.
Most definitely, that's the thing. You get a lot of guys on the team who wasn't there in 07, so they don't know, that it's a place where if you let it get to you, you'll get in trouble down there. So our seniors, we're going to get the guys together right before we leave on our break, because we get back here, we got a couple of days and won't really get to talk to guys, but let them know that, have fun, make sure that we'll have deputies or whatever tell us to stay away from certain places, and we'll make sure the guys do that and, be able to, have fun without, getting in trouble.
This is the fourth BCS bowl game trip you'll be on since you came to Ohio State. This is Arkansas's first. And do you think that having been there factor can help you guys out?
I don't think it helps us out just because, we're both going to want it. Just because we've been there before, and we didn't fare well when we were there, so it's not going to have too big a factor if the outcome of the game. I think that, we've been there before. As far as being in New Orleans before, know what it's like to play in a big game.
Yeah.
I feel like guys will be able to handle it better. But as far as outcome of the game, I don't think it's going to have an effect at all.
So do these BCS games ever get old? Or do you still every year look forward to
I look forward to it. And I think every year it's more fun because it's not like you're playing the same team over and over.
Right.
It's a Sugar Bowl, but you're playing a great offense, a great defense, a great team, coached by a great coach and Coach Petrino. But it's a lot of fun. I think it's maybe going to be funner than the Rose Bowl, just because you don't have a spread off. You have a team that's kind of old school in my mind, where they're going to run the ball, they're going to throw the football. It's not like they run trick plays or anything like that.
You looking forward to going home for a couple of days? You probably haven't been home in a while. Is that what you're going to do? Go back to Florida?
Yeah, I'm going to go back home and get to see my family. My parents was up this year, my older brother, my sister. So it's not like I miss them a lot, but I do miss home. So I can't. I don't mean like I don't miss them. I'm just saying like it's not like I've been away, so I haven't seen them in so long. But it's going to be great to get back home and see some people that I haven't.
And what do you do on that time off? Do you get away from football? Do you think about it? Do you get your workouts in? What do you do when you go home?
First of all, I get some of my mom's good home cooking. I work out a little bit, and you think about football. Actually, I take some take-home tape to watch because when you're away from the game, away from practice, you tend to get a little rusty, regardless of how long it is. So you take some take-home tape, some runs, watch the runs a little bit, just keep your mind fresh.
Brian, what keeps you motivated for this game? I mean, a lot of people know about the SEC has dominated Ohio State over the years. Does that enter into it at all?
That's the biggest reason. Really? That's the biggest reason. You know, people downplay us. You know, we haven't played too good against SEC teams. I think 0-9 or something like that. So you know, hearing people talk about some guy actually sent us something in the mail about Ohio State, like how we're so bad or whatever, and that motivates me as a captain, as a senior, as a starter here. I'm let guys know that this outing is going to be a lot different than the past.
You sent you like an email or an actual?
It was actually an email that Coach Tressel, he showed the team, and it was something that a lot of guys, most people may have shrugged it off, but me, I take it personally. having been here in 07 and not faring too well against LSU and watching that game, so I just take it to heart and I'm taking that into the game, with a chip on my shoulder.
You get his email address? If things work out, you can get back to him.
No, we don't do too much in responding to what people say. Just because people that talk about it are majority of the people that can't do it, so that's what they talk about.
Brian, this Razorback offense has had 5 players this season with at least 500 yards receiving. 6 that have scored 4 touchdowns. They're the only team to do that in the country this year. What do you think about that?
I think it's impressive. That shows the coach's desire to throw the ball. We talk about it. Coach Fickle talks a lot about this team. They want to throw the ball, but they can run it as well. That's impressive. You got guys that's getting the ball. The quarterback doing a good job of getting the ball out, not focusing on one guy. I know they had a great receiver in Childs. I think he got hurt, so that enabled him to spread the ball a little bit more away from that primary receiver he had in that guy. So I look forward to just the challenge that we have at hand. We got great cornerbacks, great safeties, and great linebackers. So we're going to do our job on the back end, and hopefully our D-line do a great job of affecting the quarterback as well.
And with Mallett being a former Wolverine, even though he only played for 11 games, does that kind of make you want to go after him and his defense or offense even more?
Not at all. Not at all. We talk about it, but he's an Arkansas quarterback now, so we can't go in there and think about when he was at Michigan. So we're going to go in, and really it's about what we do. It's not really about what Arkansas does. If we do what we do on defense, offense, special teams, it'll come out in our favor.
What'd you ask Santa Claus for Christmas?